Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Grace Podcast. It is so great to have you guys with us. Tom has been filling in for a little while, and it's been so great to have the diversity on the podcast lately as well. So if you've missed any of those, remember you can catch up on our YouTube as well as our Facebook pages. Today I'm really excited though. I have Phil Tomlinson with us on our Grace Podcast. He's an incredible person. He is really great in making a difference in his local community, and he's also one of our missions and justice partners. So today I have him with me. You might have seen before, we've had various people on. We've had Anne Slatter from iCare, and we've had Raymond with us from the Dennis Hurley Centre as well. And so today that's why we're chatting with Phil, because he's one of our missions and justice partners. We want to highlight the ministries and the NPOs that he's involved with so that you guys can know how you can make a difference in your local communities. So Phil, why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hello everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Nice little deep voice he's got going. So Phil, everyone's hearing me saying incredible person. You're probably going, how do we know that? So we would love to know from you just a brief history of who you are and your testimony, because you've got an amazing testimony, and I'd love those who are watching today to be able to share in that with you.
100%. I am incredible.
You are incredible.
I'm the best looking guy around.
I'm glad you didn't say person, because then I would like to dispute that with you.
No,
so
you
yes,
can have
guy
that,
around
but
is fine,
hundreds.
yeah.
Now, I've been coming to Grace for probably 12 years now. And it was, I think my journey started with, obviously with my mission and justice when I came to Grace. But when I walked into Grace, I listened to a service. I think it was Tom's preaching or something. It was an evening service. And for once, I didn't look at my phone once during the service.
Sure.
And that's when I realized I'm in the right church.
Yeah.
I've got very involved with Grace. I am an alcoholic. I've been sober for nearly 15 years.
Incredible.
Which is an amazing journey, and I live it. I'm very vocal about being an alcoholic, and where I can help, it's an amazing journey for myself. I did do or headed up with some folk with addictions.
Yeah, the recovery side of things.
On the recovery side, so I was on the alcohol side, but I never did the drugs, but I can actually counsel both of them as well. We did the mission and justice. I remember years ago, you only used to do the mission and justice on a Thursday night once a month.
Once a month, yeah.
And I came once a month.
Yeah.
And eventually I said to Dave, listen, I can't do this. I have to do it every week. And I've just got to know so many people out in the streets. Funnily enough, they call me Pastor Phil. I'm just Phil or Philemon.
Or Dr. Phil.
Or Dr. Phil. There we go. Whatever. Just call me a name.
Yeah.
That's it. But it's an amazing journey because the people I meet out there, some of them are bad with drugs and alcohol, but some of them, you've actually seen them grow and they actually can get better as well.
Seeing the life change.
Most definitely. And if they can see me changing my life around, it does help.
Yeah. No, the inspiration is what's so huge. It's so hard if you feel alone when you're going through it. And I mean, 15 years in recovery, I'm pretty sure that back then even it was a nuance that you were so long already in a year, 2 years, as you were hitting those marks, that you were alone in that as well, because it is quite a lonely journey. So to see an inspiration is incredible.
It is lonely, but you have to work it. A lot of people can't take it and they do relapse, which is unfortunate. I'm fortunate enough it never happened to me. It nearly happened when I was 7 years sober. I was sitting outside Billy the Bums. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And I think it was just God talking to me and say, just go home. And that's when my journey really started. And it was, as I said, I live for it. I still go to AA meetings to help people. And wherever I can, just help people.
Yeah.
But I'm vocal about it.
Yeah.
Because there's so many families out there that they could have an alcoholic or a drug addict person in the family and they keep it very quiet.
Yeah.
Rather
Hush,
talk
hush.
about it because if you talk about it, it helps people as well.
It does, yeah. Being in the light is what actually starts your journey of recovery.
That's it. I still think about it, but why go through it? And it's to wake up the next morning and you think, I have actually done it. I think if I had to relapse, I would upset a lot of people.
Including yourself, yeah.
Funny thing happened early in the year. I think it was just after Christmas. There was a lot of booze around and a lot of partying. And I got in the car and Tammy said to me, she said, I was just in a different mode. And she said, if you go to the bottle store now, don't ever come back. and I needed to hear that.
Tough
and that
love,
and that is tough love. She tells me to go to meetings because she can see that I'm getting a bit aggro.
That itchy phase.
That's it. And it works.
Yeah.
So it's I've got a thing called sober sexy, and it works.
I see that in your Facebook. You're often posting about sober is sexy. It is.
That's it.
Yeah,
Look at this.
Yeah. But also, this has to do with the fact that, we were just chatting about the fact that you've run 4 Comrades marathons.
That's it. You can see that I'm quite an athlete.
That's insane. Yeah, you should have heard his knees clicking earlier. He's definitely
I'm a finely tuned specimen.
It's awesome, like the health that's come alongside the recovery as well. It's just phenomenal. And I'm sure, so I don't know if you can maybe tell us a little bit about your NPO. You've got an NPO called Sharing is Caring. Maybe let us know a little bit about that and how that came to be.
Well, Sharing Caring came along. I was very involved with, obviously, the night missions within Senqua. And Tammy and myself, she's been my partner for 7 years. Sorry, I had to just count there.
Better be right.
There again, it's just an amazing thing. When I met Tammy, someone said she's got a young son. And she said, so this person said to me, this is a package deal. And I just treat her son as my son.
Yeah.
So basically I've got 4 sons. So it's just an amazing journey. He does support the right rugby team and the racing driver.
He better,
but not the soccer team. So we're there.
Whew.
But no, I'm very blessed to have 4 amazing children. But Sharing and Caring just came. We were just talking the one day, and I said, let's start something. She said, well, sharing is caring. We're caring for the community. And to me, that is even better than. It's awesome to do something with different people, but whatever faith you are, we will care for you.
Exactly. We're all God's children.
And that is the whole thing. And it's. I do remember when I first met Tammy, someone asked me, I was at Riverside Church, and they said, but where's Tammy? I said, no, she should come to church. And they said, she doesn't have to come to church. She's in her journey. And that's where I think it just works for us because she is in her journey. I'm in my journey, and we both respect each other. And it's amazing. She finds the places to take the food, and I deliver it. And the faces on those people that receive something just makes your day.
And so is that basically Sharing is Caring? Is it a meals related thing, or what do you guys get
What we
involved
do,
with?
we get a fair amount from obviously Grace and anyone else that we can actually get donations from. And within 24 hours, if I get a donation, I have to send it out. I have to get it out. I don't want to hoard it.
Yeah.
Because you want to feed some people.
Exactly, yeah.
There's a place called Horizon Farm that's in Giba Gorge. And we've just been involved with taking food there as well. And it's people with problems, that they have had problems. And it's just thank you. That's all you want. We get involved with the baby house in Westville Baby House.
Okay.
And the Hope House as well, and several other people as well. And it's just rewarding what you can do.
It is.
I do a feeding scheme on a Tuesday as well, in town with some of the shelters.
Wow, awesome.
And there again, you just need a thank you from one person. You do get some people that don't like peanut butter, or you don't like this, or you don't like that.
Yeah.
And it does frustrate you, but you just have to take a step back and just move on.
Yeah.
But what I try and teach them is, what you see is what you get with me. So I can talk to them, and I'm handing out the food, and we're joking about this, but there is a serious side as well. But it's so rewarding to help people.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like a habit I've got is if I'm going to the shop, or I go to the shop, and then you talk to the cashier. What's your name?
Exactly.
Where do you live? How many children you got? It takes not even a minute. You put a smile on their dial. It's getting out the car to fill up your car with petrol, helping the attendant. Don't just sit there and say, I want 100 round. Just get out there and just ask them. And it's so much so that all the boys actually do that as well. They just chat to a person. And
to be seen. I think so often it's those who feel unseen normally, which is it is often the cashiers, the people who pack your packets, the petrol attendants, and those kind of people. I think it was with Raymond that we said before as well, the fact that the people who ask for money on the side of the street, even if you're not able to give money or food, and there's various reasons why Anne has spoken to us about that before as well, but even if you're not doing that, just to acknowledge their presence, and it's part of just making them feel seen. That's part of ministry as well.
That's the whole thing. I think people want to see that, and they just want to be loved.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what it is. I try and discourage people from giving out food as well at the robots and everything, because that is a problem.
Yeah.
And what it is, you've got a sandwich in your car, I'll give it to that person. Unfortunately, that person's not going to eat that sandwich at times, because they'll sell it for drugs.
Yeah.
And just recently we cleaned up Westford Post Office, and you must know this, the wasted food that I found there. Half-eaten sandwiches, Kentucky chicken, or people give them a streetwise two, and they'll sell it for $10 so they can get something. So rather give that money to an NPO that is in a feeding scheme, and then it's all controlled, where there are a lot of people on the street.
Yes,
and you want to help them all, but your R5 is not helping them.
You help in the right way.
Probably I'm coming across quite harsh, but it's not helping them, because and it's not helping you, because you're just giving that person that R5. I've done a good thing, but you haven't done a good thing. You've actually enabled them to actually do their drugs.
And that's why it's good to be educated on what NPOs are around your local communities, so that you can, at least if you're chatting with someone at the robots, for example, like how we're saying now, you can say, go to this place or that place, because I know there is a feeding scheme, or you can have a hot shower, or you can do this or that. Rather that, and you enable them to live a better life than just enable them to stay where they're at, So it's good that we need to educate ourselves on what is around our local communities. We've got obviously people who also watch our podcast from different countries and things. And so, this might not be your local community, but then we obviously always encourage you to find out who your local NPOs are and who your local feeding schemes are, so that the same concept applies, that you can then go towards those people that you want to help and advise them on where to go. So we're helping them without hurting them, like we're always wanting to do.
Most definitely, and you're showing them a bit of love as well.
Yeah.
I do remember years ago, the one shelter needed a washing machine. And I put it on Facebook that we needed a washing machine for this one shelter. And I actually got an overseas person from, I think they're living in Holland at the time.
Sure.
Contacted me, and they donated money, and we got them a washing machine.
Awesome.
So it does help. And so many donations are going out on Facebook or social media. And yes, we have gone through bad times with the looting and everything like that. But even if you give them a nice shirt, it's helping them.
Yeah.
But I also encourage people, if you're going to give them food or donate food to an organization, make sure it's food that you're going to eat.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I think so many people think, okay, well, it's the bread could be a bit stale. You're not going to eat stale bread.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to wear a torn shirt because you put make sure it's good enough for you to actually use.
Yeah.
So we try and actually educate people as well, because it's so quick to say, listen, that's junk.
Exactly. I'll give it away, and you feel good for giving it away, but meanwhile, you should have maybe chucked it. Yeah.
So a lot of the time when we collect clothes or anything like that, I do go through it just to double check that it's good enough to actually send out.
Awesome. No, I like that a lot. Well, for anyone who is watching who does want to get involved with Sharing is Caring, what ways are they able to get involved with you guys?
We are on Facebook, Sharing is Caring, or just you can send me a message, Phil Tomlinson, and I am on Facebook as well as Phil Tomlinson, not Dr. Phil or anything like that.
That's just an endearing nickname.
That's it. But wherever we can, Tammy's also on Facebook, but Sharing Caring is definitely on Facebook, and we try and post when we do get donations or anything like that.
Awesome.
And try and think that whoever got donations as quick as possible. It's pointless getting the soup mix. We're leaving it at home for 3 weeks.
Oops.
It doesn't help.
Yeah. And you want to see, sometimes it's nice to be involved in the handout, and if you aren't able to, it's nice to see the recipient of what you've been able to give. So I think that's great to be able to give the feedback to those who've donated.
You have to. Even if someone has actually just donated clothes or something like that, I will tell them where it's gone. It's gone to this home or that home.
Yeah.
We also try and help a family. I think there are about 4 families living in Hillary that battle,
Okay.
and we try and get there once a week with something. This last week it was one little girl's 5th birthday, and we bought her a cake. But she was so embarrassed to take the cake.
Oh, shame.
But it's just that little smile, just says it all.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, a birthday cake is the last thing on someone's list when
That's
they're
the whole
struggling.
thing. A little teddy or something like that.
Exactly.
And it's hard work, but it's really rewarding.
Yeah, I'm sure, definitely.
That's it.
Well, I mean, like you said, it is hard work. So I don't know, as we start to wrap up, I don't know if there's something that, if there is anyone who's watching who's interested in getting involved with making a difference in their local community, if you had any kind of advice that you could pass on, or a helpful tip that you've maybe learned along the way, what that would maybe be.
I think that the helpful tip is get hold of your church and your community that you're actually dealing with, because they might have a feeding scheme or something like that. Or there'll be an NPO in your area that you can get hold of, and some of the shops know those NPOs as well, because you're also getting the food from them. So talk to your local community and talk to the churches.
Yeah.
But get involved. If you want to do something, do it with an open heart. Don't just do it because, okay, I'm going to do it and we can make a lot of money out of it. You're not making money out of this.
Yeah.
Petrol costs a lot of money.
Oh my gosh, yes, goodness.
But, that's the whole thing. I think that's what people think. We don't get monetary donations. We just get food or clothing donations. And you're doing it with your heart.
Yeah.
And now whatever religion you are, do it.
Yeah.
And that is a whole thing. You look at where the looting happened and the floods that we had. How many people just stepped up?
Yes, yeah.
We are doing guarding when the looting happened, and all of a sudden loaves of bread would just appear. And people would just drive, have you got something? Businesses started. Support those businesses that started in the looting, that helped the community.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing, there's always something right in our backyard. I think so often we think we have to look elsewhere.
That's it.
But look at what's right in front of you first,
But it's, when I go running around Westville at times, they all seem to know me. I don't know why. Maybe it's the colour schemes that I use, or
it's the creaking knees.
That's it. But they do know me, they might call me Pastor Full or whatever when I'm running past. But they know that I'm not going to give them food. I'll talk to them and advise them where to go.
Yes, exactly.
And that's the whole thing.
Exactly, yeah. You're equipping them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But it is rewarding. So if people want to know more, just give me a call, please.
Awesome.
Because I'm always eager to try and help people.
That's great. And we're going to tag you in this post as well, and we'll tag Sharing is Caring. So it'll be easy for you guys just to click on those and follow them so that you can get in touch wherever you're needing to. But it's been so great to have you with us today, Phil. I really appreciate you giving us some insight into your life, into your ministry life, and just really into your heart. I know we're the Dr. Phil, so obviously, like I said, Phil's been so involved with Missions and Justice, and I know you're so close with that team, and the endearing nickname of Dr. Phil because of the advice that he gives. But it's good advice. And now you're on TV like Dr. Phil as well.
You see, I could be that. Exactly. And I've got hair.
And you've got hair, yeah.
And I'm better looking.
You're way better looking and you're taller.
That's
it. So it works really well. But it's so great to have you on here, and we really we love your heart. We love the missionary stance that you have. You like you say, they call you Pastor Phil, but it's because of your relationship that you just want to put out there with people, and that's part of being God's and Jesus' hands and feet in the world.
I think that's it. Put a smile on someone's dial.
Exactly.
Because we all, from COVID and the looting and everything, we're all battling in certain ways.
Yeah.
And it's we're all on a short fuse. So if you can make someone smile, try and do it.
Exactly.
I think I'm trying to make Tammy smile all the time. Eventually she tells me, please go for a run or please do this. That's why she tells me to go to meetings, because she wants the peace.
Space.
Yeah.
My cheeks are sore.
But that's important.
It is. It really is. Yeah. Shame, man. That's awesome. So we're really glad that you guys joined in with us today. Thank you so much. Share this with those in your community. Share this with those in your family or those you know who might need to hear this message. Take it out to your world. And that is why you are here with us, so that you can be Jesus' hands and feet as well. So God bless, and we'll see you again next time. Bye.